Hello there, sir. Can I take your name, please?
Poundland bin.
And your occupation?
Spitting Blu-rays out.
And what is the reason you are entering the country?
I've got lots of goodies to show.
Don't spit that shit out at me. Welcome to the UK, sir. Woohoo!
Hey everyone, it's Poundland bin time. Oh yes, it's been too long. Shall we have a look, see what we've got? Let's do it.
Hello, Poundland bin, and how are you doing?
Where the hell were you last week?
Right, okay. Are you ready, folks? And here we go. Oh, God, dear. Okay, I've got something, I think. Bloody hell. Okey-dokey.
Oh yes, baby.
And guess what?
It's sealed up. It's sealed up.
Oh, dear me. Okie doke. Oh, blimey's bright. Oh, yeah.
Here we go then. What we got?
Oh, yes, baby. Lauren Cohan. The Boy. Horror. It's a frightening thrill ride. Oh, crap. Right, don't know anything about it. I remember talking to one of my workmates about it once, because Lauren from, you know, Maggie from Walking Dead's in it. Or Claire, for some people like to think of her as. They do look alike. Wow, okay. Let's get it on. Let's get it on with Lauren Cohan. You wish.
Here it is. Wrapping off. Artwork. Oh, very nice. Oh, lovely and shiny.
Okie dokie. Oh, I want to tell you about my Blu-ray player in a minute. Are you in there? Nice and straight. Pew. Okay, we are sitting comfortably. I'll shut the curtains in a minute. The disc is in, spinning on my temporary player. Talking of temporary players, I had an email from TPS, the company that I bought my Panasonic 4K upscaling machine from. My DMP 700, I think it is. My region 3 player that I miss. They've sourced the parts they need and it's all repaired. It's working. And they're shipping it to me on Monday, so I should get it on Tuesday, which means we can start with some lovely, lovely Region 3 stuff again. Because I was going to put a film on the other day and realised it was Region A and I couldn't play it. God, it's always typical, isn't it? Anyway, yes, so looking forward to getting that back. And it hasn't cost me a penny. Hey! Right, okay, so disc is in. Let's shut the curtains, pull the blind and all the other shit and start on the film. Oh, yes. Okay, time for The Boy. Let's do it. Oh, yes, baby. Okay, so The Boy. Yes, actually, I thought that was really good. Really surprised by that. There was a few scares in it, a few jump moments that kind of made me feel like I'd left my body. I was floating above my body looking down at this screaming little girl. But yeah, it was really good actually. Quick outline. There's going to be some spoilers probably in the review. Lauren Cohan, Maggie from The Walking Dead, plays this character called Greta that's come over from the US, escaping from her violent relationship, her boyfriend. And she's been invited to be a nanny at this big old mansion in the middle of the countryside, run by this old couple. And it's one of these big old mansions, you know, that creak every doorstep and that kind of thing. She gets there, she kind of starts to settle in. So when the old couple arrive, they kind of give her a little bit of a tour downstairs and show her the like the kitchen area and that kind of thing. This whole couple want to get away on a bit of a holiday, as you do, and they want a nanny to look after their son Brahms. Doesn't say how long for, but they start to introduce Greta to Brahms, and she's like, and I'm like, expecting like an 8-year-old boy, a doll, China doll, kind of child size, probably 8-year-old child size, and they give Greta a sheet of paper, instructions, do this, you know, make him a sandwich, tuck him in, kiss him, all that kind of shit. And she's like, okay, whatever, they're paying me. She's getting away, she's having a bit of a holiday. And they disappear. They get in their car, drive off. And she's thinking, well, this is a piece of piss. I'll just chill out, have a couple of glasses of wine, read a book, that kind of thing. And every now and again you hear a noise. It's like a creaking noise or maybe some footsteps. And she's like, okay, what's happening? And at the time she's treating this doll like you would any old like rag doll, you know, just slinging it around, throwing it on the chair, that kind of thing. There's a couple of instances where things start to disappear, like her robe, a dress starts to disappear, or a necklace, and you see it falling off the back of the chair, that sort of thing. And also when she's walking past Brahms's bedroom, he's kind of like laying there but looking at her, and she walks past again, and she walks past again, and she walks past again, and probably about the 5th or 6th time she walks past the door and he's sitting on the bed, and they do that and I'm like, I tell you, goosebumps, bloody goosebumps all over my arm. I went all bloody cold. And there was an instance at the beginning with a big old portrait of the family, and something sort of like emerges from the painting with big dramatic music. I jumped. I jumped and screamed. I shouted. This is why I don't like horror films. Oh dear, I'm surprised I'm still here telling you about it. She also meets Malcolm, played by Rupert Evans, who's kind of like a grocer. He brings the food once a week, you know, to refill the pantry, that kind of thing. And she tries to explain to him what's happening, and he doesn't believe her to start with. There's a whole backstory on the old couple's child who's supposed to have died 20 years ago. Yes, and then it gets to a certain point in the film where she actually witnesses it and kind of witnesses these things that are happening, and it's kind of like an enlightenment, because it seems like she's actually lost the baby, and she's kind of relieved that there's something else, there's something more. And it's like a wave that goes all over her. And then she starts to accept it and starts to follow these instructions, makes food for Brahms, takes him to bed, reads to him, kisses to him, and all that kind of thing. Later on, her violent boyfriend turns up, insisting that she's coming back to America with him. And he starts playing around with the doll, grabs hold of the doll, and I was like, no! And then the whole shit starts happening. The bangings of the walls, and it's like, it's so intense all the way around you. Banging here, banging there. It's like, oh my God, what have you done? What have you unleashed? And I'm not going to tell you anymore because it would spoil the end. Obviously, if you've seen it, then you know. But it kind of takes a little twist at the end, which I didn't expect. I didn't see coming. I thought this was all to do with spirits and shit like that. So yeah, it's kind of refreshing at the end. But that's kind of the gist of it. The visuals were really good. Obviously, you got this dark, dusty old mansion, lots of browns and dust and all that kind of stuff. Looking an old type of house in the countryside. Sound was really good. The sound was DTS HD Master Audio, but upscaled to Neuro. But the bloody sound was fantastic, I think. Where it would be creaking in the background, laughs coming from one side, moving to the other. It also sounded like there was like people walking upstairs, and floorboards creaking upstairs. So a real good use of the actual sonics. Lots of use of bass for banging and the walls banging and all that. So it's really good soundstage for this film. I was really surprised. The film is 97 minutes long, so not too long. It looks like it's region locked B. It is 16:9 widescreen, so you've got the black bars. There are a couple of extras as well, including babysitting the boy, which I actually might watch that. That sounds quite interesting. And directing the boy. So a couple of good extras on there. I don't know how long they last. And it's a 15 certificate as well. And of course, Lauren Cohen looking as beautiful as ever, which is always a plus. So yes, I would definitely recommend The Boy. I don't know how well it did over here. I looked it up. The budget was about 8 million, and I think it made about 68 million worldwide. So it did pretty well for its budget. But yeah, it's a really good film. I really enjoyed it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm actually going to give it 8. I think it was a real good, kind of a scare fest. I mean, not too intense, and probably a lot of horror film fans will probably like, that's just Day at the Picnic for me. But yeah, there were a couple of scares in there, and I like the tension. I like the tension of the film, so definitely thumbs up. Okay, so let's find out what we're going to do with The Boy. That sounded really bad. Okay, so here we are. So is it going to go on the shelf, or is it going to go in the recycling bin? Let's find out. Okay, so I've actually had a bit of a move around in here. So they're no longer in there. In fact, for now, they are actually down here. So these are the ones I'm keeping for now, and these are the recycling bin. So we are going to put this down there with the other stash. Fantastic. So I hope you enjoyed this week's episode of What's in the Poundland Bin. We'll do it again, same time, same place, next week. Well, I'm not going anywhere else, am I? Yes, I hope you enjoyed it. Like the video by giving it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and all that kind of shit. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.